Off by saying that the Don Lane Show was the first to introduce in Australia overseas satellite interviews. You've just seen one with Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. We've interviewed so many people, Don has, from all parts of the world. Let's refresh your memories.
Your daughter Linda, how old is she now?
She will be 4 years tomorrow.
Does she yet realize who you are?
That's a funny question.
Well,
She called me father this morning.
Someday when spring is here, we'll meet again, sweetheart.
Oh, yes.
Over in England, we have a wonderful dog show. It's called Crufts. And last year, I put her into it, didn't I? I said I put you in the Crufts dog show last year. And
Did she win?
the winner, I'll tell you the story. Hold on a minute. It's such a mouthful. Wait a minute.
Okay.
The winner got 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and was highly commended. She had 2 fights, some sex, and was highly delighted.
This route we're following now, this is where the bride will walk, what you
The
said.
bride will walk down and these seats will be full of people turning to look at her to find out what the dress is like, I expect.
Yes.
The wedding will take place there, where you're looking now, and then after the marriage they will go on and walk up to the high altar, just as any marriage it features that in England.
Welcome to Playboy Mansion West.
Thank you very much. I think before we go any further, we should establish with people that Playboy Mansion West is not a hotel or a resort. It is Hugh Hefner's West Coast home.
That's correct.
How-
A very special home it is.
I now, by the authority committed to me as a minister of God's word and pursuant to the laws of the state of Nevada, do hereby pronounce you husband and wife. Ronald, you may kiss your wife.
There it is. Yeah. Don, I don't know whether I've told you before, but a couple of years ago, Patty and I were in Honolulu, and I was having a drink with a guy who worked in American television. He discovered then that I was an Australian, didn't realise I worked in television, and said, I believe there's an incredible program over there in Australia where they actually cross live by satellite to speak to people in any part of the world. And I was proud to say that I worked on that show. So that's a first for us. But of course, not only do we go to any part in the world to speak to famous people, they arrive here too in the studios of Studio 9, of Channel 9 in Richmond, Victoria, Australia. And some of the greatest names in the world have driven through those studio doors. Have a look at this.
That's true. that stuff.
Well,
Look at it.
I suppose everybody has their favourite time of working on any show, but that is one night, certainly, that I will never forget.
I don't think anybody, you, me, Dave Gray, all the
And
people
also
there.
a Scottish performer whose name we can't remember, who happened to be on the show that
That's
night.
who was doing a Harry Lauder impression or
Exactly,
something.
and it must have been the highlight of his night too.
Yeah, right.
Well, here's somebody who wasn't a singer, wasn't a dancer, certainly was no Sammy Davis Jr. or